Doodle Chats.
Hi guys, welcome to Doodle Chats. We're going to talk about creativity and mental health, being that it is what we have termed Createness Week, which is a mixture of Creativity and Wellbeing Week and Mental Health Awareness Week, where the theme is kindness, which is rather lovely. I am here to doodle and chat with Rosie. Did you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so hello, I'm Rosie, I'm Nell's sister, and as usual been dragged in to help and do these videos, so yeah, no, it'll be good, it'll be interesting to see what I doodle. Nell's very much the artist, I'm very much not, so yeah, we'll see.
We're so going to talk about that while we're doodling. So going to talk about that. Right, cool. Thank you very much. We're going to switch the cameras around so you guys can see what we're doodling.
Yay.
So when was the first time that you were creative, would you say?
Gosh, the first time that I was creative? I mean, as a kid, you know, as kids sort of tend to do, I make up songs and stupid dances and be generally the silly one.
I should perhaps explain to people about the whole silly one thing. So, so actually,
sorry, the funny one.
Huh?
The funny one, not the silly one.
The funny one, yeah. So perhaps from quite a young age, Rosie was always referred to as the funny one, and I was always referred to as the pretty one. So Rosie was really ugly, and I had no personality. It was basically what we took from that.
Yeah, no, we had great sort of influences, really, in a way. Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted your flow because I just thought that needed explaining.
needed understanding. So you know, but I think a lot of kids are like that because you kind of got no inhibitions of you as a kid, and the first thing you learn to do is dance and sing and create stories. So yeah, something like that. I guess I remember getting into theatre. That's kind of my creative outlet, is theatre, and that was in year 7. So what, when you're 12 years old, and I played the part of Bottom in the school play from A Midsummer Night's Dream.
I remember that.
Showed my bum. Just in case again anybody doesn't really know. So yeah, so that was probably that was my first moment, and I was on stage and I made everybody laugh, and I remember just being like really good about it and just being like making everybody kind of laugh. Oh, that's very nice. It was definitely fun. So I guess that's kind of my first recollection of being creative, or finding my creative outlet, if that makes sense. Because yeah, again, you know, as a kid do art lessons and crafts and this kind of stuff, but I was never massively bothered by art.
I know you weren't bothered by it, but do you remember any kind of like comments by teachers or parents or anything like that when you were doing art?
Well, I remember my art teacher at high school, who was lovely, but I joked about, after, you know, obviously choosing your options in year 9 to go to do your GCSEs, and I jokingly said to him, I said, oh yeah, well, you know, I'm really excited because art's on my list to come and do. And fair play, his face was just one of horror, and he was trying to be so nice to me about it. He was like, oh, I never expected you to choose art. Wow, yeah, well, of course. And I was like, no, mate, I'm joking. My God, like, stick people is my kind of art, you know. So I do remember like looking at, you know, seeing the look of horror, and I thought, yeah, no, I am obviously not an artist. But in my school, like, the art was very very traditional. It's kind of fine art, you know.
Yeah.
all about shading and shapes and life drawing, and I wanted to make little models of roadkill out of blue tack. So a lot of the time I just was sort of sent in the corner of the art room, and I think he just sort of let me get on with whatever I wanted to do.
I love that thought of like you as a youngster being like, yeah, don't really want to do this. I'm just going to carry on and do my own thing.
Much, which is where like Edith gets it from, and it's so frustrating. So it's proper karma.
Again, for those who don't know, I should probably explain that Edith is my crazy little niece.
Who, in fact, the pens that I'm using are hers, and she decorated herself with the pens the other day. So she also doesn't like to do what she's told and will go off and do her own thing anyway. So I remember that with kind of art being a bit, clearly not very, very good at it, or I haven't got the right skill. Whereas, in the theatre, I made people laugh and, was told, you're quite good at this. Got a bit of a gift there.
Yeah, because you are incredibly talented, and you do make people laugh.
Yeah, but I do enjoy
stage. And off stage, we'd laugh at you quite a lot.
It's not making people laugh. There's a difference between laughing with me and at me.
And what about the impact you think that creativity, whether it's drawing or whether it's drawing stick figures, or whether it's that theatre work, what kind of impact do you think creativity's had on your mental health?
I think it's definitely a positive impact. There's so much that you can kind of put into it. I mean, just sitting down and doing a bit of colouring with Edith, it's fun because we can just sort of sit there and we'll just chat, which is like really nice moment just to be able to just sit and chat with her. And it kind of, takes your mind off it, and it's just very relaxing. And then with the kind of the theatre, it's, for my confidence, it's amazing, and I feel very in control when I'm in a theatre. I feel like I know what I'm talking about. I probably don't half the time and talk rubbish, but I feel like I know what I'm talking about. Whereas, I was never academic. Had to go to a private school to get the sort of extra support that I needed. So didn't necessarily feel like I was contributing huge amounts, I guess. And academic, being academic, being good at maths, writing, good at writing, this, that, and the other, is kind of seen as a very, very important, highly sought after skill. Whereas not so much with theatre and creativity. So I guess to then have my own little niche of, actually, I'm comfortable here, I can be in charge, massively kind of help confidence-wise.
Yeah.
Which in turn is well-being.
Yeah, absolutely. Confidence has a huge role to play in your resilience and your mental health.
So I think, so I think it's definitely had a positive impact. And I just think, in theatre and being creative, it can be a very equal place.
How do you mean?
So I just find it's very inclusive. I mean, obviously I work with Theatre Wildcats, which is all about inclusivity. And at the theatre, it's very accepting of that. There's no kind of like, oh, well, you've got a learning disability or you've got this. It's, no, you're an actor.
Yeah,
your age, your size, your ability.
Yeah, it's the same with being an artist, isn't it? It doesn't matter. Yeah.
What matters is the work that you create.
Yes.
Which I love that fact. Yeah, it's not you've got the highest score, therefore you're the best at that or anything like that. It's Yeah, no, it's very inclusive. And everyone, yeah, like I say, everyone feels very equal.
Yeah, I think very much so, actually, that you're kind of you're playing parts, aren't you? So it's
Yeah,
not necessarily about you and yourself.
which I do like.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Is it do you think that you like it and you get more confidence from it because you don't have to play yourself?
Yeah, completely. I'm right. I like when you said about doing this, I was like, oh, good Lord, I have to talk about myself, be me, which I'm not very good at doing. So yeah, in the theatre, you get to be somebody totally different, and you get to explore your emotions and your thoughts and feelings by pretending to be somebody else. So nobody knows you're doing it. Nobody knows that actually the reason you were crying in that scene is because you thought about something that's made you really upset. Everyone just sees the character is crying. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a little bit more anonymous
Yeah.
of showing your feelings. So that's really interesting because I've been talking to obviously other people during these doodle chats, and quite a couple of times it's come up about being creative for the benefit of your mental health, the fact that it's an outlet, and those people have primarily talked about this kind of like visual art, and drawing and painting being an outlet for actually showing your emotions. But I guess because in drama and particularly with kind of plays and things, you never really think of that as being an emotional outlet for you because you're playing a different character.
Yes. Yeah, you're not, because you're not being you. But yeah, if you use your thoughts and feelings to create that character, then it's kind of, you do put a part of yourself into it.
Yes. Yeah, no, I get that now.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, again, like the work with Theatre Wildcats, that's all devised based on our life experiences. So there's much more of ourselves within that work that's created. So that, which is amazing, to have that kind of space where you feel completely safe to be able to talk about anything that's happened to you, anything that you're feeling. If you want to cry, just cry. If you want to scream and shout and swear, which is encouraged,
can also be a good outlet. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is that you need, it's there.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea of it being that kind of outlet for emotions, for feelings.
Yeah. Which I think, again, is a great thing about arts. Arts in general, all the arts together, is that you can kind of be totally free and explore how you're feeling, which makes another huge impact into your mental health, to have that, to be able to do that, because otherwise, you'd just be shut up forever and never.
Yes. Do you think you're aware of that as you're doing it? Like, do you think you do it and then go, oh yeah, that'll be because of I'm feeling X, Y, and Z about whatever's happened that day or whatever's going on in your life at the moment? Do you think you're that aware of it at the time?
I don't know. Again, it depends on what aspect of it that I'm working on. Sometimes it's very obvious. So like if we're sat down in Wildcats and we're sitting there chatting about it, at various different things, it's obviously very obvious where it comes from or how I'm feeling. But no, there are other times when you'll do something and it'll be on. There'll be a scene that you've created. It'll be on stage and someone goes, oh, well, you've obviously done that because of that. And you think, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
yes,
that's why I did that. Oh, yeah, I didn't even kind of see the connection that, I've got a scene about somebody giving birth, and a week ago I gave birth, it's that kind of, obviously not that, but it, that kind of thing. So I sort of say, oh yeah, I can definitely see your influence here or your thoughts, and you're like, what do you mean? And then yeah, when they point it out, it's like, oh
Yeah, it kind of reveals a hidden side.
yeah.
And do you think that kind of makes you more sort of self-aware of you as a person? Because I know, like recently, you know, you've had a really long, hard look at yourself and kind of how you feel different things and why you feel different things. So do you think that makes you more self-aware as a person, having the creativity there to help with that?
Yeah. I think it helps pick out my flaws, and it helps
point out your flaws.
helps show my flaws. No, it also, it does, yeah. It shows kind of, I guess it shows what's important as well to me. It's funny, I watched a performance the other day by Hijinks, and one of the things that they said in that was, what would you like to be? And all the actors got asked, and there's this voiceover, and all the actors are asked, what would you like to be? And one of the actors around said, myself. And I was like, well, that's a really kind of interesting thought. What you know, because everyone sort of says, oh, I want to be an actress, or I want to rule the world, or I want to be a millionaire. And it was like, yeah, no, I just want to be myself. And I thought, yeah, it's really important, because we don't actually, how much time do we spend just being ourselves? You know, there was so much time spent being, you know, a lot of the time I spend being mum.
Yes. Yeah.
Or I'm being wife or sister, you know, so how much time actually do I spend? So yeah, again, that kind of creativity outlet, that's when I'm me. That is very much me, although obviously when you're then on stage acting as a different character, it seems a funny thing to say. But, when you're kind of, certainly when I'm creating the work.
Yeah.
And yeah, in Wildcats, when we're workshopping and stuff, that's very much me. That is me being myself, which actually we don't get much time for.
Or even kind of figuring out who that person is. Do you know? So I'm always reminded of the scene in is it Runaway Bride, where Julia Roberts is trying all the different eggs.
Oh yeah,
that scene.
Because she just basically morphs into the perfect girlfriend for each of the guys. And
yeah. She is who other people kind of want her to be.
Yeah.
And not actually herself.
Yes.
So I'm always kind of reminded of that when people say that, like, I just want to be myself, or I want to be more like myself. Yeah. It's kind of actually finding out who that person is, like what kind of eggs do I like, or what, you know, what things do I like doing, or actually no, I don't like doing that, I just liked it because somebody else liked it.
Yes. And we do change how we act around different people. I think I do. And it's not saying that I'm pretending to be someone I'm not, but I think, yeah, I think you have your different groups of friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, and it's not a massive change, but yeah, I think there is an element of, well, I know this person, I don't know, likes my jokes, so when I'm around, I say lots of jokes to make them laugh, or I know this person actually just wants a sympathetic ear and somebody to listen to them, so I'm just going to be very quiet. So yeah, like I say, it's not like big change. It's not necessarily pretending to be something you're not, but it's you act in different ways to different people.
Yeah, I suppose it depends as well how well you know that person.
Yeah. I do very much kind of, yeah, like I say, because I struggle to talk, believe it or not. So yeah, so therefore sometimes it would be quite difficult, I guess, being totally me in front of other people.
Isn't that interesting? When you say you struggle to talk, do you mean you struggle to talk about anything, or what do you struggle to talk about?
Mostly about kind of me and how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I'm sad, I'll just kind of be like, yeah, no, it's fine, I'm all right, whatever, yeah, no problem. You really upset me, you know, because that's easy. I get it's a mixture of different things, whether it's kind of don't necessarily want conflict, I don't necessarily want sympathy, I don't know, I don't necessarily why I do it, but it's very much a natural reaction to me when people sort of say, oh, how are you? Yeah, no, I'm good. And I mean, that's quite a British thing anyway, isn't it? But
yes, yeah.
I
think I'm probably more of an oversharer than an undersharer.
Well, I'm glad you've realised that. I don't want to say.
I definitely am.
There are times. Yeah, no, I don't know why. I just kind of think, yeah, no, I'd rather not. And yeah, I'm very bad when I do speak to friends. And I kind of go, how are you? I'll be like, yeah, anyway, deflect. So the other day...
Isn't that actually? And yet you'll go on stage and basically bear all.
Yeah, well, sometimes get naked on stage, you know? No.
Not bear all as in your bum, as in bear all as in your emotions.
Yeah, and I guess, again, that's why creativity is so important to me, and my outlet within the arts, within theatre, is important because that is the time where I can kind of be, like I say, which is an odd thing to say when I'm acting with somebody else, but actually I can be my most honest.
Yeah.
It is somebody and being somebody totally different.
Oh, cat's just decided to come in and meow. Apologies about
that. Yeah, bless him. Yeah, so it's an odd kind of way to be. Like, basically, I just need an audience. I say I can't talk, but actually, I'm just a diva. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to waste my effort and do a one-to-one talk. But however, when there's hundreds of people in front of me, then I'll talk.
Yes, then I'll have that conversation.
Then I'll chat to anyone.
So would you say kind of creativity has definitely kind of helped your mental health or helped you keep healthy?
Yes. Yeah.
Emotionally.
It kind of gives me, yeah, like I said, it gives me the kind of the confidence. It gives me the ability to talk about things that I'd normally be very shy to talk or show emotions that I wouldn't normally show. And yeah, and I feel in control when I'm in the theatre, which is quite important because I'm a bit of a control freak.
No.
I know, it's hard to believe.
It's funny how we've both got that trait from our parents, actually, isn't it?
It is interesting. We are both such control freaks. So yeah, and because I know it, I think that's it. It's not only one, I enjoy it and I love it, but I know it, and like without being big-headed, I think I'm pretty good at it. So it's a place that I can control. I can control everything. I thought it's why I like directing.
Yeah, you can tell everyone what to do.
Yeah, brilliant.
So do you think that doing something like this today, like how did you feel when I asked you to do this, where you'd be actually drawing and doodling, which perhaps wouldn't be so much in your comfort zone?
I was pooing my pants, if I'm honest. I was like, oh no. Yes, not only am I having to talk, but I've also got to draw. But knowing, like, that you asked a question, didn't you, on Facebook about where should the camera be? Should it be at the person or on the artwork? And
yes,
I said on the artwork. So that's nice because it means people aren't looking at me. So that's made a difference, which is odd, isn't it? When I'm happy to go on stage.
Yeah. That's someone else,
aren't I? I'm such an oddball. So yeah, so that definitely helps. When you said, yeah, no, we're going to do it so that you're not going to be seen.
Yeah. Do you think it helps that you're actually focusing on the artwork in front of you as well?
Yes. yeah, it's given me something to do, because there's nothing worse, because I've been to a couple of different counsellors, and there's nothing worse when you're just sat there just staring at somebody in silence, and I can just go for ages without not talking because I'm stumped. Even though I put myself there, and then I get there and I'm like, no, you're going to earn your money, and I'm going to force you to make me talk, kind of thing. So to have something else to do is brilliant, because yeah, you can kind of just, you don't have to concentrate actually on the talking, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And it's something to do with your hands as well, I think. I never know what to do with my hands. Like when I sat there, listening to a stranger.
I think it is. I think it's that kind of focus on something as well that you then kind of, you can talk easier, I think, because you're not necessarily as focused on what you're saying, so more comes out.
Yes. Yeah, you're sort of distracted and you're just blabbering on. But a friend of mine, she's a counsellor, and she does walk and talk.
Yes, yeah.
Especially around here, it's beautiful places to walk. And I was like, yeah, do you know what? I think you probably do talk. I would probably definitely, talk more if we're just going on a walk then. It's just going on a walk, and like you say, you kind of not really concentrating on what you're saying, and you end up just blabbering on and talking an awful lot more than you.
Yeah, you don't have to say much more than that. Yeah. I like it. How's your doodle coming along?
Good. It's very colourful.
Yeah, mine's quite colourful actually.
Oh. I'm trying
Very
to
colourful.
I can't really see it that well. Oh wow, look at yours. Oh, that's very pretty.
Very colourful, my mum. So obviously you have little Edith.
Yeah.
What would you say to her? What would your advice be to her if she was like really struggling with her mental health? Like obviously she's a little bit too young to kind of tell you that explicitly, but if things happen that you thought, oh yeah, she's reacting in a way where I'm not quite sure whether she's kind of happy at the moment, what would your advice to her be?
Mine would be like, it's such a cliche, it's okay not to be okay. And she said a few times, with everything going on, she's just kind of sat down next to me and just gone, Mummy, I'm feeling sad and I don't know why. And I was like, well, we sort of then talked it through. And I said, well, come and, talk it through with me. Is it because you're missing your friends? Is it because you're doing this? And, it turns out she's like, yeah, I just miss my friends and I want the virus to go. And I'm like, that's fine. I said, it makes me sad that it's here, and that's absolutely fine to be sad about it. But it's really good that you've come and spoken to me. And I thought, always come and talk. But she loves singing and making up her own little songs. That would probably be my
I love that song.
really bizarre songs, or her weird little creepy stories about dead bodies. So I guess so well. I guess my advice, if when she's been older and she sort of came and said, oh, I'm feeling a bit down and feeling a bit stressed, I'd probably be like, well, why don't you either sing, or why don't you write? Why don't you write some lyrics? Why don't you, if she wasn't willing to sing it, but create new, at the moment I say create music is kind of, it sort of seems to be her outlet, is where she kind of feels that she can express herself. So I think it would be, write a song and sing me if you can't talk to me, why don't you write a song and sing me the song, or just sing it.
Oh, that's lovely advice. That is really lovely. Rosie, thank you so much. I've just got up to have a look at your drawing. Looks awesome. Love it. It's very cool.
It's very colourful, which I like. Although I have got a scary clown there because I don't like clowns.
That's the bad mental health side.
Mental health side. And an apple, I don't really know why.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm just
I love yours.
Big and colourful. I think it's all heart. That's kind of what we've talked about, really.
Yeah.
It's all things to do with the heart.
Yeah, it's funny you've got the heart in the middle of yours and I've got the heart in the middle of mine.
Yeah. Isn't that great? Thank you so much. Thank you, Rosie, for letting me drag you into this and doing it.
No, it's been very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for everyone who's listening. Thank